Across the United States, some cities completely transform when the sun goes down. Streets that seem perfectly normal in the daytime can become some of the most dangerous places after dark, and the locals know it better than anyone. Today, we're not just looking at statistics. We're counting down the top 10 US cities you should never visit at night, according to the people who actually live there. These are real experiences, real neighborhoods, and real warnings from the people who walk these streets every single day. Starting our countdown at number 10 is Birmingham, Alabama. During the day, it's a city rich with civil rights history and Southern charm. But according to locals, Birmingham becomes especially dangerous after sunset. Residents say that violent crime rates spike late at night, and many communities struggle with gun violence and drug-related activity. A common piece of advice you will hear from people who live there is to avoid driving through unfamiliar neighborhoods, especially those with low street lighting or few people around. While the city is working to improve, the nighttime risk is something locals never forget. Next, at number 9, we have Cleveland, Ohio. Cleveland has its gems like the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, but its crime issues tend to intensify at night. Locals report rising gun violence, assaults, and break-ins after dark. Some areas can feel completely deserted once the sun sets, creating opportunities for crime with very few witnesses around. The advice from residents is consistent and clear. Stick to busy, well-lit areas and absolutely do not go exploring unfamiliar neighborhoods at night. The quiet streets aren't peaceful. They're a warning sign. Coming in at number 8 is Baltimore, Maryland. Known for its beautiful waterfront and historic ships by day, Baltimore becomes a very different city by night. Locals report high rates of robberies and drug-related violence after dark, particularly in the neighborhoods of West and East Baltimore. Residents often describe certain blocks as no-go zones once the sun sets. The contrast between the lively inner harbor and the risks just a few streets away is something that everyone who lives there is acutely aware of. At number 7, we find Memphis, Tennessee. Memphis is the home of the blues and barbecue, but it also has one of the highest violent crime rates in the country. Locals say nighttime is when things get truly serious. We're talking about everything from street robberies to carjackings and, sadly, even random shootings. Many neighborhoods feel almost abandoned after dark, with very little lighting and a minimal police presence. Despite these challenges, it is important to note that the city's communities are working incredibly hard to rebuild and bring back a sense of safety for everyone. Breaking into the top half of our list at number 6 is Chicago, Illinois. The Windy City's nightlife is famous around the world, but so are its risks. As locals will tell you, the danger depends heavily on where you are. The South and West Side neighborhoods are widely considered the most dangerous after dark. This is where gun violence and gang conflicts often escalate at night. Residents repeatedly warn visitors to stick to the main, busy streets and avoid wandering off, even by a block or two, into less populated areas. At number 5, we head down to New Orleans, Louisiana. Tourists flock here for the nightlife, the music, and the party atmosphere. But locals warn that the city can become unpredictable, fast. In areas like the famous French Quarter, pickpocketing, armed robbery, and alcohol-fueled violence can surge after dark. Residents say the biggest threat at night isn't just the crime itself. It's the unnerving feeling of not knowing who is watching you or who might be following you as you walk down the street. The party can turn dangerous in an instant. Next up, at number 4, is Detroit, Michigan. The Motor City has made incredible progress over the last decade with a revitalized downtown core. However, many neighborhoods outside that central hub remain extremely dangerous after sunset. Locals frequently mention abandoned blocks with little to no lighting and a noticeable lack of police presence as major concerns. While downtown has seen significant improvement, residents will be the first to tell you that nighttime travel in most other parts of the city should be avoided unless it is absolutely necessary. Our number 3 city is Oakland, California. Located in the Bay Area, Oakland is celebrated for its culture, music, and diversity. But it's also known for its nighttime danger. Car break-ins are so common they happen in broad daylight, but locals say the real problems begin late at night. That's when gun violence, gang activity, and street robberies tend to intensify. Residents often share the same practical advice. Stay in well-lit, populated places, and if you absolutely have to go out, don't carry anything valuable with you. The runner-up for the most dangerous city at night, at number 2, is St. Louis, Missouri. Locals will tell you that once night falls, certain areas of St. Louis become completely unpredictable. Crimes like carjackings, armed robberies, and random acts of violence spike the most after 9 p.m. Neighborhoods, like North St. Louis, are often described as zones where you don't stop your car ever. Despite ongoing improvements and community efforts, it is a city where residents constantly warn newcomers to stay alert and avoid traveling alone at night at all costs. And finally, topping our list at number 1 is Albuquerque, New Mexico. This is a city where locals are extremely vocal about the dangers of nighttime travel. Albuquerque has some of the highest rates of armed robberies, car theft, and break-ins in the entire country. Residents report that these crimes often happen suddenly and without any warning. From poorly lit streets to abandoned feeling areas, locals strongly recommend avoiding any kind of nighttime exploration unless you know the area extremely well and are with other people. The risk, they say, is simply not worth it. It's crucial to remember that these cities each have incredible culture, history, and vibrant communities. The people who live there are resilient and proud of their hometowns. But they are also clear, nighttime brings risks that visitors often underestimate. Crime doesn't define these cities, but being aware of the realities on the ground can help you stay safe. Which city on this list surprised you the most? And is there a city you think we should cover next? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell for more real stories, real warnings, and real insights from people all across America. Thanks for watching.